This video we will cover all the chunking strategies. First, you have uploaded your PDF page, and then with the LangChain Document Loaders, PyMuPDFLoader. So what we will do, first we will add the loader and then it will load, and output of this is a LangChain document. LangChain document has a dictionary with the two keys. One is the page content, what is the text inside that document, and another one is the metadata. Now we will understand what is page content and metadata. So now the same PDF page has totally loaded 4 pages, and you can run this. So here you can see entire page content, page 0, and then page 1, page 2, page 3 information will be present. So I have loaded complete document here, but because my document is very small, but I always use like 500. Limit your keywords to this, not limit your array how much characters you need to print, otherwise it will get stuck down. Then we will understand what is metadata in the LangChain document. So once you run it, if you see here, right, in page 1, what all the metadatas, what is the page number, and what is the producer, creator, file path, and even total number of pages, and even timing stamps also you can provide for all these pages. These are the metadatas what we will get in a LangChain document. Now what we have to do, we have to chunk text. What chunking text? Like one page is there, okay, 4 pages are there. In that one page some paragraphs is there, and that I have to chunk. Example, if this is my PDF page, right, so I want this as one chunk, then this as second chunk, third chunk, and so on. Okay, how do you do chunking? There is already a LangChain text splitter is there, which will and in that you can have a recursive character text splitter. You understand characters, okay, whatever the parameters you have to provide, you have to provide with respect to the characters. Okay, so there are two parameters you have to provide. One is chunk size and another is chunk overlap. Okay, so what is chunk size and what is chunk overlap and what is separator? Separators is easy. Whenever there is a double line or line, and it will try to chunk that particular document. But now I had given chunk size and chunk overlap, right? How I decided these values? Okay, these values will be decided by which embedding model you are using and what is the maximum size, token size it has, or word size it has. Based on that you have to decide it. Why you have to decide, I will tell you. First we will see what is the embedding model token size. Okay, so which embedding model we are using? We are using sentence transformer all mini L6V2, which has the maximum token limit is 256 tokens. Leave about the dimension, I will explain that. That is also very one of the parameter, good parameter, sorry, one of the parameter you have to understand. But let's focus now on only chunking. Maximum input tokens is 256. And where this information will be there? In the Hugging Face. In Hugging Face, in one of the comment I got clarity that it has 256 tokens, not characters, not words, but tokens. But for your text splitter, what you want? You want characters. Then how do you decide what is token and what is character? So you can go to OpenAI tokenizer. So what you can do, you can give a sentence in this and choose a GPT, and then it will provide the tokens here. You can see the tokens wherever the comma is there, full stop is there, it is considering as one token. For others, on average, it is taking 4 characters as one token. So they have also mentioned here approximately equal to 4 characters. One token means approximately equal to 4 characters. So now we understood that embedding model maximum token input token is 256 and one token is approximately equal to 4 characters. So what we will do, for 256 tokens we will multiply by 4, then we will get the characters, and then we will put some 10% buffer for this because we don't want to overload it. So what we will do, we will have the 10% of buffer multiply with this max character, we will reduce that 10% for a buffer. Then what you can do, chunk overlap, you can set it as 10% of the chunk size, whatever you can set it. And then whatever the actual chunk size is, chunk size minus chunk overlap. Here with this example you can understand. So 256 embeddings, 256 tokens means 1024 characters. If you remove 10% buffer, then 921 characters, and then chunk overlap is 92 characters, and then if you do minus of these two, then you will get it 829 characters. So now you can set 829 characters as chunk size, 92 as chunk overlap. Then, but why this embedding model is required to do the to decide your chunk size and chunk overlap? Because example, if you consider over limit chunk, if you have the 2000 characters, right? So after this, whatever 1024, whatever the data is there, that what it means, it is a sentence you are giving it that has a semantic understanding. But when it is creating a embedding vectors, right? So what it will do, it will truncate it. So whatever you had given the information, it's lost. That's why we have to see what is the maximum tokens of embedding model. Based on that, we have to chunk it. So now you had given the same actual chunk size and chunk overlap and separators, and now we will run it, and then what we will do, we will see the chunks with its metadata. I have put a document and this side by side so we can understand it easily. So how chunking started from made pain medicine guide to examples. First chunk will be what? Till examples. Left control V. Okay, so what happened? It chunked. This is our one chunk. This is our one chunk. Okay. In the next chunk you can see, right? Pain rating guide. Okay, next chunk will be completely this. So from here to here will be our next chunk. And then third chunk is what? From here, how to take a medicine, right? From here till 3 hour 24, we can find it here. So yes, this will be our third chunk. Okay, then fourth chunk is table 2. Okay, fourth chunk will be here. Okay, and then so on we will get the chunks. But you observed here, luckily we got the second chunk from here to here. What if we reduce the chunk size? Example, I will give here instead of 800, right? Let me give it as 500, okay? And then run it. Then even I can run this, I'll see the output. So here you can see a scale level. Yes. No, not that one. I think it is relax scale level. Relax tight muscle pain scale level. Okay. So here if I reduce the chunk size, right? Now you can see the second chunk is this one. What it is happening, it is taking the table also inside that. So the next chunk what it will start, it will start on how it works. Okay, the next chunk where it is starting, how it works, what is why how it works means this. Now you are asking what is chunk overlap, right? So this is my second chunk. Okay, and then for the third chunk, it is starting with the previous chunk, how it works, and it started with this and provided the third chunk. This particular from here to here is our chunk overlap. Chunk overlap mainly used to show the continuity of the document. But now here it stopped at score and level. This is not correct, because in a document, right, if you do just give blankly based on the formulas, if you just chunk, then what happens? Now it got cut here. Sometimes it will cut here. Okay, this might become a chunk. Okay, hop up also. So you have to first, what you have to understand the documents, how they are. In PDF documents, mainly it's about tables and images and the code. So what you have to do, you should not send a document as it is for chunking, and there is chunking, there is a rules and we are using it. Okay, we are having how to make a chunk size and all, that's okay. But when you are sending a document, what you should do, you should first make it as a structured blocks. What is structured block? Whether it is a heading, whether it is having a paragraph, or whether it is a table, whether it is an image or text. So once you give this information to that, then based on that it has to text. Example for this table, right? Once table comes, it has to chunk separately for tables. You should not mix the information with the old. Whatever the heading is there, and with that it has to do the chunking for that. Okay, and here also you have seen that if you see the score and level, right, I think it's way in which it is there. Control F, Control E, sorry, pane scale. I will just search this so I can explain that. Control F, Control V. Yes, see here it is showing score, level, description, headings, then 0, no, pane and all. If I give like this, now how do you understand it? See, for embedding model you need a natural language, but the output of table is just giving like headings with a space and then row information, then it's not a English language. How do you understand it? So for tables you need to have this strategy like heading, right, score is 0, level is no pane, and description is pane pre, and row 2 information, so is score is 1 to 3 and level is mild, and description is this. So how we can start for tables? Table started, and then you have a row information if you mention them clearly in a natural language, and table ended and table name. So if you do this and consider table as atomic, very small, you can consider it as a atomic. Means example, these all things I can put it in 1000 words, then I can do it. What if this table is too big? The table itself has like 20,000 words. Then again you have to go by row by row. If the row also couldn't able to put it, then how do you chunk it? All these strategies you have to follow when you are doing a chunking. So how you have to do? You should not directly pass the document to chunker. So first you have to make a structured output. Here structured output means what? Structured block means what? From the document you need to get the table separately, code separately, image separately, text separately. These along with the text, right? You consider this as a structured block types. So what you can do? You can consider structured block type as a metadata, and you can mention what type it is. At the end of the day, whatever inside the page content, it will be text only, but this text is extracted from table, this text is from code, this text is from image, this text is from like paragraph, heading and all the things. Once you make a structured block, then you can go for chunking, because considering a code chunking, right, in code you can have Python, shell script, C++, bash script will be there. So LangChain has a particular libraries where it will understand which Python code, and then based on that it can chunk. So that's why you need to first convert them into a structured blocks and then go for chunking.